Hi, my name is Christina Hyde, and I am a business marketing and management major. I also minoring in equine studies. I decided to do a SWOT analysis on the company of CarMax, which sells used cars. Before I start my analysis, let me explain what a SWOT analysis is. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This analysis is to help different companies understand how a company's SWOT can affect it. An organization's strength and weaknesses is their internal factors, while opportunities and threats are an external factor. Identifying both internal and external factors will help an organization see how these factors will affect their company's future performance. CarMax's concept was created by the company Circuit City's executives who at the time were working under their CEO Richard L. Sharp. The first store that they opened was in Richmond, Virginia in September 1993, and that store still exists today. Before they opened their first store, they did some research. In 1991, they did a survey of people that have bought used cars in the past. They wanted to know how their experience was of buying a used car. The majority of people said that they had a negative experience instead of a positive one. Sharp wanted to be able to change that. He wanted to create a used car that would function similar to a Circuit City store. He wanted to have a broad selection of inventory, a high volume business, and sharp management methods. He also wanted the customers to have a pleasant experience while buying a used car. CarMax today now has over 150 locations around the U.S. and they are constantly expanding. They focus on making sure that they follow their foundation, which was built on integrity. They valued many different things such as respect, teamwork, customer focus, diversity, quality, and continuous improvement. They are always striving to make sure that they keep their customer happy and the company is running smoothly. They also want to make a positive impact on society by making sure CarMax is committed to the customer, as well as making it a great, pleasant place to work for employees. CarMax's mission statement is to drive integrity into the automotive industry by being honest and transparent in every interaction. So I will start with the strengths of CarMax. CarMax has a lot of strengths. They have a full range of service. So from walking into the building to driving away with a car, they try to offer everything they can to make the whole process of buying and owning a car a little easier. They offer extended service plans as well as auto finance, service and repair, and wholesale auctions for cars that do not measure up to the requirements necessary. Another strength is that they have customer confidence. They have 4 core benefits that they focus on, and the first one is that their low no haggle prices. To assure a customer that what price they see is what they will be buying it for. The second one is a broad selection of vehicles. Having such a broad selection helps a customer find exactly what they are looking for. If they find something that is not located at the store that they are at, they can also have someone transfer another vehicle from another location for free with no obligation. The third core benefit is high quality vehicles. Obviously, anybody looking for a car is going to want the highest quality that they can get. CarMax makes sure that everything is in as good a condition as it can be. And they also let the customers know upfront that if there has ever been a recall on the car or if there currently is one. The last core benefit is having a sales process that is customer friendly. These 4 benefits help result in a high customer satisfaction and promotion by word of mouth. The next step of the SWOT analysis is weaknesses. One of the CarMax's biggest weaknesses is that they have limitations. They do not negotiate on prices for both purchases and trade-ins. This is a weakness because not everyone is okay with just settling on one price. There are many people who would rather try and negotiate for a lower price. Sometimes they find their dream car and maybe it is a little too expensive, so they will want to try to get the price lowered. Unfortunately, CarMax sticks to its prices and that can push potential clients away. Almost every other car dealership will negotiate with you. Another weakness that CarMax deals with is their financial situation. All CarMax locations are very big in size since they have so much inventory. Most of them are about 59,000 square feet. With having multiple stores that are this big, their operational costs tend to go up. CarMax also has opportunities. For now, they are a countrywide Fortune 500 company, but if they look at their opportunities, they can see that maybe going international could potentially help their profit grow a big amount. There's also an increasing demand for used cars that will go on forever. With opening new stores in the US along with other countries, they could build their profit and become internationally known. Along with their opportunities, they also have a good amount of threats. They are vulnerable to economic conditions such as consumer availability, interest rates, and gas prices. They are vulnerable because if interest rates go up, then the customers might not be able to buy a car because the car will become more expensive. When gas prices go up, customers are more likely to find other means of transportation, such as taking the bus or riding a bike, because they might not be able to afford the gas today. So that will make them not want to buy a car. They are also vulnerable to the changes in cost of capital or ability of capital, like most other companies are. Their biggest threat is competition. There are many other car dealerships, both publicly and privately owned, that sell used and new cars. There are also many people that sell cars privately. CarMax has to be able to compete with all the other companies to make sure that they can keep their profits up and their company successful. Another threat is when a significant change happens to the retail price of a new or used car, it can lower CarMax's profits and sales, and they can't do anything about that. When they have to up the retail prices, they can potentially lose customers because they can't afford it. There is also the chance that their inventory can be reduced because of the availability or access of inventory from their sources. This could affect the business in a big way because they wouldn't have as much inventory as they do now, and that is a really big part of CarMax, being able to have a wide variety of vehicles. Overall, CarMax is a very successful car dealership. They have many good internal and external factors, as well as factors that can affect their company negatively. Learning how to manage their company so they can avoid threats and strengthen their weaknesses is a big part of any company. And in CarMax, they show that because one of their weaknesses is that they don't haggle with prices. But it's also one of their strengths, and they've learned to work with it so they can make it a strength instead of a weakness. CarMax has so far done a great job with staying successful.